Hello and welcome everyone to another North Basics video on my channel. Today it's gonna be all about the money, so the crowns or the gold, however you want to call it. It's a little thing just right beside your wood in Northgard, and it's quite more important than some players want to think. So we're just gonna drop in. I'm gonna explain everything I know about it. And yeah, hope you can take something out of it. So crowns are quite important in Northgard, even though they are not as important as wood and food. Your buildings will still start burning if you don't have any crowns anymore and you don't have any production coming in. So you will need to pay a basic upkeep for your buildings. Just right now I need to pay 6 building upkeep to keep my buildings running. So I will need constant crown production. So you start with a basic crown production. I think it's 2. I can't really say it. I think it's a bonus production of 2 crowns that you just get. Yeah, it's 2 crowns out of your town hall that you just start with. And usually you will try to go later on for trading. So most of the builds that I play involve trading, since you don't need to assign a villager in the early game to just produce crowns all the time. He can produce food, he can produce wood, whatever you need more in the early game. So you don't need to assign him to a different crown building, and you don't even need to build that crown building in the start of the game, what can be really important. So that is why trading is a really strong lore right now, and I think it's way more taken than the other both, because trading is so strong in the early game, just because you don't need to assign a villager in the early game to just get gold. So what is done with gold? Yeah, gold is used for a lot of things. That's why it's quite important. You can upgrade, you needed to upgrade buildings, you needed to get army in the start and in the later stages of the game too, of course. And you can't take it for a trading win, even though it's quite costly right now, because you will trade all your gold away. I would mostly say it's better to stockpile quite a lot of crowns to get an army out, and maybe then start to open up your trade, the outgoing trade here, so you are ready for an attack that comes in already, and you still have some crowns. You can trade routes waste crowns then, so you have some crown economy, of course, still up, but you have crowns to answer an attack. So if you just start giving all your gold away to to your hometown or whatever you are trading with, in that sense, you can trade with Finland or whatever. You will give away a lot of your crowns. You will give away a lot of your crowns. You will get prestige for it, but you can't buy warriors with prestige. So if you get attacked, you will have quite a problem in that moment. So I would say, if you want to go for a trade win, always keep in mind that you will need to have some crowns in the stockpile, since crowns are army and crowns are really important. So never forget about this. So yeah, that's mostly what crowns are used for upgrades, warriors, and of course upgrades for villagers. So not villagers, so different specializations of the villagers. You can upgrade the merchants and sailors, your woodcutters and everything. It all will cost a little bit of gold. So gold is used in a lot of things. So some players forget that sometimes, that they get a amount of gold ready, so they have it ready in their head. So okay, at that time I should have around 200 gold, and they forget, I need to upgrade a building. There are 40 gold gone, so I can't pop my war chief now. So always keep in mind that gold is really needed for a lot of things, and you will need it a little bit earlier than you might think. You will need your first crown building to get ready, because you will need to build it a little bit earlier than you would think. Because you need the production already before you will need the gold. So that's sometimes the thing where players, if they started to get really settled in Northgard and really get their eco done, they sometimes just miss the point when to build the trading post and get ready for an attack, build a little bit of army, or just to have the crowns ready for the upgrades. So sometimes players just get stuck because they don't have gold for the upgrades. I know that feeling, it happens to me a lot too. And It doesn't happen too often to me right now, of course, since I realize how important kröwns are for this game, and you can't just left them behind. But this is really a cool thing about Northgard. The resources have different importances, so there are definitely resources that are more important than other resources in the game, but you can't leave any resource behind, since if your enemy doesn't leave that resource behind, he can totally get you with this. So never leave anything behind, not lore, not kröwns, not anything. So always keep everything in mind. So, how to boost up your trading economy. So, the most easy trick that some of you might know is, I'm just gonna rip it down because I don't care at all, is to build a marketplace and a trading post in the same tile and upgrade both of them. Because if you upgrade, for example, now the trading post, you can train more merchants, so one more merchant can go in the trading post. And all the merchants in this area gain 20% production bonus. So the merchants that are working in this marketplace will be upgraded too. And if you upgrade the marketplace too, they will be upgraded too. So it stacks. So you can get a quite higher crown production that you would think out of this little combination. This is, I think, the most standard thing to get onto gold. Like, there are other ways to get on a, I think, even better and more efficient crown economy, but for that you will always need to go into the trading tree of your clan. And I'm just gonna shortly go over it. Mostly you have something like food trade. You have like valid threats at Wolf. Raven has something like this. I think this is it's not exotic goods, it's the other thing. But it will empower the trading routes of the clan. So mostly it is by 50%. It got thankfully just nerfed by the goat clan down to 50%. It were 100%. But you can trade to neutral tiles. So if I now start trading with the Jotnar, I will just get plus 5, minus 6. That's quite good. It's gonna start here. I didn't went for food trade, so I don't get the bonus over here. But I think if I would have the bonus, I would get plus 6 or plus 7 for 6 food. So food is way easier to get than gold. A merchant will get plus 2 or plus 3 gold. However you upgraded this, the trading tiles right here, you can get around 3.2, 3.5, even though if you go for coinage and upgrade your merchants, you can get up to, I don't think if you can hit the 4, but it will always be around that area. And I have a hunter. If I have a hunter here in an upgraded silo tile, you can get easily 5 to 6 food with or without upgrades. It's not too hard to reach that. And if you then trade it away for that rate, it's always a little bit more efficient, even though it's a little bit slower. But it's a little bit more efficient, and it will get you the stronger crown economy, and plus you don't need to upgrade your trading post. And if you don't need to upgrade your trading post, you will save a lot of stone and iron, and you will just save a lot of stone, and you can use it for other upgrades for buildings, and that will be quite important too. I think I will go deeper in it in my Northbasics about stone and iron, so we'll more explain about the stone and iron. But just keep in mind, every stone that you don't give out is a lot worth, and stone is very important in Northgard too, even though it's still not one of the important resources too, but that is what I just explained. Every resource is important and you can't leave nothing behind. Yeah, that were actually my tips to get to a better crown economy than you may get before. Maybe you just had a great crown economy before and just looking for some other tips. That were actually it. I hope you had a great video here. I hope you could take something out of it. If I missed something or forgot about something, you can just, comment down below and I will most likely get onto it. And have a great day, everyone, and see you back in the next video. Bye bye. Ciao.